A few years ago, I met a guy who seemed unfairly good with women, and I mean unfair. He wasn't the best looking guy in the room, he wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, yet somehow women remembered him, talked about him, thought about him, even after he left, and after watching him for months, I became convinced he was using some kind of psychological trick. Something manipulative. Something unethical. Something most people didn't know. But when I finally figured out what he was doing, the truth was stranger than I expected, because the most unethical way to attract women isn't actually a tactic, it's a mindset. Let me explain. Step 1. Stop trying to attract women. Seriously, this sounds backwards, but most guys spend every interaction asking themselves one question: how do I make her like me? And that question destroys them, because the moment you're trying to earn someone's approval, you hand them power over your behaviour. You become less honest, less relaxed, less yourself. And people can feel it. Psychologists call this approval-seeking behaviour. And ironically, the harder you seek approval, the less attractive you become. The guy I was watching never seemed concerned about being liked. Not because he was arrogant, because he wasn't focused on being chosen. He was focused on seeing if he liked them, and that changes everything. Step 2. Become difficult to impress. Now be careful. I don't mean cold, I don't mean rude. I don't mean acting superior. I mean stop treating attention like it's priceless. Most people are starving for validation. A compliment changes their entire week. A text back changes their mood. A stranger's opinion changes how they see themselves. And that's dangerous. Because when your self-worth depends on external approval, you become emotionally predictable. The most attractive people aren't always the most confident. They're the least dependent. They enjoy attention, but they don't need it, and people notice that immediately. Step 3. Understand the psychology of emotional memory. This is where most attraction actually happens. Think back to your life. You don't remember every conversation. You remember moments. Moments that made you laugh. Moments that surprised you. Moments that changed how you saw yourself. Psychologists have found that people often remember emotional experiences far longer than facts or information. That's why some people become unforgettable. Not because they said the perfect thing, because they created a feeling. The guy I was watching understood this instinctively. Whenever he spoke to someone, he was fully present. No performance, no rehearsed lines, no tricks. He listened. He challenged ideas. He made people think, and people remembered how they felt around him. Step 4. Build a life you don't want to escape from. This is the part nobody wants to hear, because it's easier to learn tactics than build yourself. Most people think attraction starts when someone notices you. It doesn't. It starts long before that. It starts with your habits, your purpose, your standards, your confidence, your ability to be alone without feeling lonely. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. People are often attracted to people who look like they're moving somewhere. Not because success is attractive, because direction is. A person with purpose creates gravity, and gravity pulls things toward it. Now here's the twist. Remember how I said this was the most unethical way to attract women? Here's why. Because once you stop chasing approval, once you stop performing, once you stop needing validation, something strange happens. You become attractive without trying. And that feels unfair to everyone who's still trying. The irony is that the thing most people think is a tactic is actually freedom. Freedom from needing every interaction to go your way. Freedom from needing everyone to like you. Freedom from needing constant reassurance. And once you have that, people start noticing, not because you're manipulating them, but because you're no longer being manipulated by their approval. And that's a level of confidence most people never reach.